Welcome, everybody. The NFL season is over, which means it's time to look forward to the 2024 NFL Draft. I'm Joe at the Game House, and today we'll be doing a Green Bay Packers 2024 NFL Mock Draft. The Packers are up in our 2024 NFL Mock Draft series. As a reminder, we'll be using the NFL Mock Draft Database Simulator. Like it because it meshes big boards from around the internet for their big board. Also, we will be declining all trades to keep it realistic. Now let's get into the Packers. We have a team that overachieved. It looked like things were bleak a little bit early in the season, but they turned it around. Jordan Love really showed out. As you can see in these mock draft database simulators, sometimes players drop, like Jaden Daniels fell all the way to the Cowboys, and the Cowboys took him. That's not going to happen. So we'll just take it as we go, though, and we'll try to get the Packers better. Now, there are things they can improve. They've used some draft capital to help them at wide receiver. Really don't have a number one wide receiver. They have a couple solid players for sure. Took some tight ends last year. Aaron Jones likely coming back. Might need to get another running back behind him. For this pick, I would really like if they take Tyler Guyton. He's a guy who has a lot of physical tools, but hasn't really put it all together, which is why he's not higher on draft boards, like a top 10 pick. I think when you have David Bakhtiari, he's likely going to be gone this offseason. He has hardly played over the last couple of years. The offensive line did play well at different points, but get another offensive lineman. You can move some guys around. They have a couple of different guys like Elton Jenkins and Zach Tom who can move and play different positions. You can make it work, and he's a guy who has plenty of upside there. So pick number 41. Cornerback is a big need. We'll see if there's one available here. And if not, again, hopefully they fix it in free agency. Let's go Tyler Nubin. I don't think the Packers safeties are very good personally. Tyler Nubin is an older prospect, but he has plenty of athleticism. It's not something you usually see. If guys can test well, they usually enter the draft. I think he's a guy who can really create an impact from day one for them. And that lets us really focus on some different things here. I mean, corner would be probably the pick. Let's go Brandon Fiske. He had a really good combine, ran very fast for a defensive lineman. The defensive lineman should not be able to run that fast. Players his size can really help the defensive line here for the Packers. You never want to say that pick number 58 is really going to create an impact, but I think he can create an impact for you. And then let's go. This is going to be tough because I think Trey Benson and Aaron Jones can do a lot of the same things, although I would have them the highest on my board. Let's go Blake Corum out of Michigan here, a guy who I think can get the tough yards. He's not going to help you as much in the passing game, but you have Aaron Jones for that. You need someone to kind of take the load off because A.J. Dillon may not be back next year. Once we take another safety, I'm not totally opposed to it, to be honest, but let's go Jeremiah Trotter. Let's keep changing it up. I could take another defensive lineman. Leonard Taylor, I think, is a little bit underrated on the mock draft database simulator. Let's go Jeremiah Trotter, a guy who isn't the biggest or fastest, which may lead you to believe, hey, maybe the Packers don't take him. But he knows football so well. He can diagnose plays quickly. He can read things pre-snap. I think he's someone that you could get and be comfortable with. Now we're definitely going Gabriel Murphy here. A guy who overshadowed maybe a little bit by Latu, but a good pass rusher in his own right. Get some edge depth here for the Packers. Again, you're going to have some guys in the next couple of years because you have to make some decisions on Jordan Love you can't really bring back, and I think that is something you have to work with here. Once we take tight end, I'm not really sure about that. You've taken 2 tight ends last year. I'm gonna go Jacob Cowing. I know you've taken some wide receivers as well, but let's see if he can step up. You got Jaden Reed in the slot. Cowing can also play the slot as well. Get 2 different guys who can play the slot on your roster. You have Watson on the outside. You have Romeo Doubs on the outside, but get someone else who can do that as well. Play the slot as well, I should say. Pick number 204. I'm going to go Cedric Johnson. I did like how he played or how he performed at the combine the other day. I think that could be really big for them too, getting more edge depth here. This is tough. I mean, already taken some guys on the offensive line, but let's get some depth here. Let's go Mason McCormick out of South Dakota State. Have not gotten a chance to watch his tape. This is a flyer totally. I'm going to be watching his tape probably in the next couple of weeks here, but get some interior offensive line help as well. I really want to take Frank Gore for them too. I know I did got a running back already, but I wouldn't be opposed to them taking 2. Let's do Frank Gore. He even played quarterback for Southern Miss at one point because they were down so many injuries. A more powerful runner, could complement Aaron Jones in a good way. You got 2 young running backs. You're using the 7th round pick, so if it doesn't work out, it does not matter. And then let's go. Really, once we take tight end, I really don't understand that at all. We have not gotten the number 1 need based on them. On the mock draft database simulator. We hope that they fix corner in free agency, but let's go Jerry and Jones. I don't know if he's going to create much of an impact at being the last pick in the draft that they have, but let's get something that they need, and we'll see if he ends up being something. And hopefully, again, they fix it in free agency. There's so many teams that we just don't know what all they need so far that it's tough to really gauge, but Packers, I think, did a pretty good job here. Tyler Guyton to help that offensive line. You have people you can move around the offensive line to make this a little bit easier, but a lot of very good tools to use. Tyler Nubin at safety. I'm not a big fan of the Packers safeties, but I think he can be a guy who has good ball skills and good athleticism as well. Braden Fiskey, a defensive lineman who moves very, very well. I think can really impact the game in a number of ways. Blake Corum can be a different change of pace from Aaron Jones. He's smaller, but he runs with power. Jeremiah Trotter sees the field very well. Not the best athlete in the class for the linebacker position, but I think that seeing the field well will be very big for him. Gabriel Murphy is an edge rusher. I'm giving you some depth. Jacob Cowling, another slot receiver. You probably could play Jaden Reed or Jacob Cowling on the outside a little bit, but they're mostly going to be playing in the slot. Cedric Johnson, Mason McCormick, Frank Gore, and Jerry and Jones for more depth purposes here. So let me know what you think of the mock draft down in the comments below. As a reminder, we'll be back with more mock drafts through the NFL draft. For now, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.